Mr. Famine.
Oh.
Cindy, we're ready.
But it will be. In every house I will enter for good. In every field I will do only good. In every river I will turn my hand toward good. This is a promise I will keep. This is a promise I will keep. This is a promise I will keep. I will turn my hand toward good. This is a promise. This is a promise. This is a promise I will keep. And I am asked to turn my hand toward heart, toward hate. And if I am asked to turn my thoughts toward harm, toward hate. And if I am asked to turn my life toward harm, toward hate, I will refuse. This is a promise I will keep. This is a promise I will keep. I will turn my hand toward good. This is a promise. This is a promise. This is a promise I will keep. For all of the dreams of the children, daughters of the sons and daughters, for all the dreams, for all of the hopes of the children, daughters of the sons and daughters, for all their hope, for all the daughters of the children, daughters of the sons and daughters, for all the promise, hopes and
Thank you. That was lovely. Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Hamilton. We welcome you here in the sanctuary and those who have opted to join us online. Those people are muted, and please make sure that your devices have been turned off so they don't interrupt us during the service. My name is Barb Wallace. My pronouns are she and her, and I am this morning's service leader. I want to thank the team that's worked on this service today, and they include Reverend Jamie Boyce, Reverend Victoria Ingram, and Beverly Horton are going to be speakers today. The music ministers are Rachel Derry and again Beverly Horton, Joanne Deere, Marianne Terpstra, and the choral ensemble. Thank you. The Story for All Ages is done by our religious educator, Tim Versteeg, and the tech team is John Elliott, Josh McIntyre, and Brian Carey. The ushers are Doreen Knoll and Elizabeth Beckett. And the worship associates today are Sue Prescott and Susan Johnstone. But before our service starts, I'd like to go through the one announcement that I have this morning. Those people who are worrying about so many announcements that we've got, we only have one today, but it's a very important one. This is from the Climate Action Team. They invite you to make this a summer of individual or household climate action, to try and take some new actions that you've done. Summer is a wonderful opportunity to ramp up the actions that you already do or test out some new ones. When we come back together in September, we will ask you to share your experiences and to inspire others to find their climate action passion. We are planning a special community celebration to recognize all our collective efforts, and watch the all-church email or listen to announcements during the summer for further details. Interesting summer challenge for everybody. And if you want other announcements, other information about what's happening in our church, be sure to check the all-church email. There's going to be one on every week during the summer, probably a bit shorter than what we've got going now, but check them out. And this morning we want to start with lighting our chalices. And Elizabeth Beckett, would you come up and help me light the chalice? Where are you, Elizabeth Beckett? You were here just a minute ago. Oh, she's gone. All right. Well, you all know who Elizabeth is. Jamie, can you help me? Our chalice represents the light of hope at the center of our faith, the spark of flame that draws us into our time to worship and into community. Join us with our unison words of chalice lighting that will appear. May this flame be our light of friendship and love. Thank you, Jamie. This is the time for the land acknowledgement. Our church has been doing land acknowledgements now for several years. And I know that you know most of the people who have roamed in this land and the land where our church is for the last generations before our settlers came. Those people are the Erie, the Neutral, the Huron-Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the Mississaugas. We know about the Wampum Belt Treaty, that dish with one spoon, the treaty between the Crown and the peoples who wandered these lands before we came. And that dish with one spoon belt, treaty belt, did not always get honored by our ancestors, the settlers. Most of the various acknowledgements that we use end with encouraging us to care for this land that the church sits on. But what does that mean exactly? And what does it do besides making us feel guilty? That are we on the path to reconciliation? I've struggled with these questions and this heaviness that sits on our shoulders about reconciliation. And I want to think of a way that we as a church can concretize our values that we have and our wish to build a bridge between us and the indigenous peoples. And I wonder if we could act on an idea that I've heard mentioned here in this pulpit by Reverend Jamie, as well as others. And that is, what would happen if we designated a small portion of our operating budget that could be given to a charity suggested by the Six Nations? It would be... All right, I have some support here on this idea. We need to talk about it as we put together our operating budget. But I hope it would be an early step in our church's reconciliation and as I said, a very concrete idea that we could possibly do to make this happen. So think about it. I'd be glad to talk to anybody. We could think about how we would do it, how much we would do, but give it some thought. Thank you. We welcome you here today, whatever the circumstances of your life, in the many ways that we identify as a people, and in the diversity of how we love and live. In this house of faith, we are included as we search for truth, build community, and strive to make the world a better place for all.
Good morning. Good morning. It is good to be with you again on this glorious day. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Hamilton. My name is Reverend Jamie Boyce. My pronouns are she, her, and I am so lucky to serve this congregation as its interim minister. In that role, I journey and support you, the congregation, through the process of discerning your next settled ministry. And over the last 2 years, we have explored and imagined and practiced shared ministry together, one that aligns the gifts and passions of each of us with our individual and collective aspirations. Today, we gather to celebrate the gifts of service among us, to celebrate leadership, talent, and the presence of service in the multitude of ways it shows up in beloved community. And we will celebrate and affirm a special call to service as we join together to install Beverly Horton as a lay chaplain. This is a glorious day indeed to worship, to offer gratitude for the gifts of service and commitment that shape and embody the beloved community. In that spirit of gratitude and hospitality, I invite you to greet your neighbors. Perhaps place your hand on your heart and say, I'm glad you're here. And if you're joining us online, I invite you to greet each other in the chat. Please rise. Please rise as you are called for our first congregational song, Heart Wide Open, and the lyrics will appear on the screen behind me. Look, there they are. Such a good day already.
So this song, we usually do hymns. This is a congregational song that I'm teaching you, and it will come back like Dirty Penny or whatever, probably several times in the fall, but this will be your first opportunity. So I'm going to sing it through once, and you're welcome to stand if you will, if you wish.
Definitely.
Raise yourself in energy. As you are able, called, all that good sort of stuff. So I'm going to sing it through once, and then I'm going to invite you to sing it through the first verse with me again, and then we've got some other stuff happening over here. All right. Keep your heart wide open, though the waves want to push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open till your faith brings you back to solid ground. You gotta keep your heart wide open, though the waves wanna push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open until your faith brings you back to solid ground. You gotta keep my heart wide open, though the waves wanna push me around. I'm gonna keep my heart wide open till my faith brings me back to solid ground.
Till my faith brings me back to solid ground.
Gonna keep our hearts wide open. Though the waves wanna push us around.
Though the waves wanna push me around.
We gotta keep our hearts wide open. Till your faith brings you back to solid ground.
Good morning. My name is Tim Versteeg. My pronouns are he, him, and it is my great joy to be the religious educator of the First Unitarian Church of Hamilton. Our story for all ages this morning is called Uncle Bobby's Wedding by Sarah S. Brannan. There it is. Bobby was Chloe's favorite uncle. They went for long walks together. He took her rowing on the river. He taught her the names of the stars. Once they even climbed to the top of a lighthouse. "Let's live here," said Chloe. "I'd like that," said Uncle Bobby. One day, Mama had a picnic for the whole family. There were pickles and olives and cucumber sandwiches and pumpkin cookies. Bobby and his friend Jamie brought bottles of fizzy cider. "We're getting married," said Uncle Bobby. Mama whooped and hugged him. Daddy shook hands with Jamie. Everyone was smiling and talking and crying and laughing. Everyone except Chloe. Mama, said Chloe, I don't understand. How can Uncle Bobby get married? Bobby and Jamie love each other, said Mama. When grown-up people love each other that much, they want to be married. But, said Chloe, Bobby is my special uncle. I don't want him to get married. I think you should talk to him, said Mama. Let's go for a walk, said Uncle Bobby. He and Chloe took their favorite path through the field. Why do you have to get married? Asked Chloe. Jamie and I want to live together and have our own family now, said Bobby. You want your own kids? Only if they're just like you, said Bobby. That's a pretty good reason, said Chloe. But what? Said Bobby. I still don't think you should get married. You have me. We can keep having fun together, like always. I promise we'll keep having fun together, said Bobby. You'll always be my Chloe. Bobby and Jamie asked Chloe to go to the ballet with them, and afterwards they had ice cream sodas. Jamie imitated the ballet dancers, and Chloe laughed so hard she got soda up her nose. Bobby and Jamie taught Chloe how to sail. She fell in the water at the dock, and Jamie fished her out. And after they dried her off, Chloe said, "That was the most fun I've ever had." At night, Chloe played board games with Bobby and Jamie. They toasted marshmallows in the fireplace. I wish both of you were my uncles, said Chloe. You get your wish, sweetheart, said Bobby. When we get married, you'll have an Uncle Jamie too. You'll still be my one and only Uncle Bobby, though, promised Chloe. And when we get married, said Jamie, would you do us the honor of being our flower girl? What kind of cake are you having? Asked Chloe. What kind of cake would you like? Asked Jamie. Carrot cake, said Chloe. Carrot cake it is, said Jamie. Okay, said Chloe, I'll be your flower girl. On the day of the wedding, Chloe put on her new dress. Everyone was excited and busy. Uncle Bobby lost the rings. Jamie couldn't tie his bow tie. Chloe found the rings in Bobby's jacket pocket. She helped Jamie with his tie, and she helped Mama put the perfect finishing touches on the wedding cake. We're ready, said Chloe. An afternoon breeze cooled the garden. Daisies and buttercups bloomed in the grass, and the air smelled like roses. Cousins, grandparents, and friends watched Chloe walk down the path holding her bouquet. Mama sang a wedding song. Bobby and Jamie got married. That was the best wedding ever, said Chloe. I planned it all from the beginning. The band started to play. She jumped up and grabbed Uncle Bobby's and Uncle Jamie's hands, and everyone danced until the moon rose. I want to go back to a picture here as I just talk a little bit about today in the service. Because what's missing from this page in the story? An officiant, a minister, that's right. Officiants help craft beautiful and meaningful rites of passage services like weddings, child dedications, and celebrations of life. And in some religions, these forms of ministry are conditional. Representatives of some churches choose not to marry people in love if they're from different faiths, or not members, or the same gender. There isn't an officiant in the picture in the story of Bobby and Jamie's wedding, but in our faith, there could be. Decades ago, Canadians Unitarians started a program called lay chaplaincy, where members who were not ordained as ministers were called by their churches to train and serve as representatives of the church in the community, providing rites of passage for whoever asked for them. Lay chaplaincy is a way for Unitarian Universalists to show their principles in action, grounded in the belief that love is love, and that all people have an inherent right to human dignity and to mark the rites of passage in their lives. And today, our church welcomes Beverly Horton as our newest lay chaplain. And before we leave for our program, I'd like to offer the blessing of our children and youth, who you have connected with in so many ways for so many years, as you begin this part of your journey of faith and meaning. So if I can get just the children and youth who stand up and put your hands over your hearts and just wish Beverly the best, that would be great.
Why did you do that?
Because we all love you, Beverly. Thanks, folks. And if I could get Nikolai to come and grab our children's chalice. We are going outside today, and we are going to, one of our plans is to blow bubbles, but another one is to create a giant snakes and ladders in the parking lot. So if you have a chance, have a look on your way out.
As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go.
I had forgotten that our story today includes a piece about what a person might do for carrot cake. I felt pretty seen in that moment. There's carrot cake. I want to invite us into a time of reflection and meditation this morning, perhaps ground our feet, place our hand on our heart again. Notice our breath, our heartbeat. Notice our lives stirring inside of us and in the presence of each other. Today's meditation acknowledges Father's Day today and the many ways in which we are acknowledging fathering in our lives and in our communities. This is a poem called Father's Song by Gregory Orr, and it was originally published in Poetry magazine in June of 1992. Yesterday, against admonishment, my daughter, balanced on the couch back, fell and cut her mouth. Because I saw it happen, I knew she was not hurt. And yet, a child's blood so red it stops a father's heart. My daughter cried her tears. I held some ice against her lip. That was the end of it. Round and round, bow and kiss. I tried to teach her caution. She tries to teach me risk. We are indeed all caught in this cycle of learning, this tension of risk and safety, of offering freedom to explore the world and wanting to protect the tender souls in our care. Today we acknowledge all the ways of fathering in the world. We offer gratitude for all the ways fathering has appeared in our lives. We hold tenderness for ourselves and each other for the ways in which it's been hard. And we remind each other that here in this holy place, you are held as you take risks and protected. Now, as is our practice, I invite the community forward to light candles of joy, sorrow, concern. These flashes of light remind us that we are never alone.
Ahunaish Be salam Ahunaish Be aman Dahuna Nansish Aham Be salam Dahunaish Be salam Dahunaish Be aman Dahuna Nansi Namud Be salam Ahunaish Be salam Ahunaish Be aman Dahuna Nansish Namud Be salam
Mashallah. Now is the time in the service where we share the joys and sorrows of community. If you have a joy or sorrow to share on a Sunday morning, you are invited to visit our table in the corner of the sanctuary with the red light ablaze calling you forward, or to send an email to me or by clicking on the Joys and Sorrows button on the front page of our website. I share a joy this morning that I was tickled to receive. It's from Irene Laurie, who shares, "Our coming of age service always brings me joy, this one especially, as our grandson was in it. It warmed my heart for the next few weeks was Tim's presentation showing how many hands and hearts supported our youth through this important step. Thank you to all involved. Indeed, thank you for all of the folks who shape the lives of our young." And that is all of us. A joy from Joanne Tunnicliffe. "Our gardens are so excited. Our open gardens are June 24th and 29th. Please come and see the great achievements, perhaps even learn a bit more." I love that our gardens are excited. I love that. I felt that. I felt that in my soul. They are excited. We know there are joys and sorrows among us too tender yet to share. And we hold those sorrows and those joys in the light of beloved community, those lights gathered here, reminding us again that we are never alone.
These words for the offertory by Paul Beadle. "Once upon a time, most folks used the offering plate to fulfill their pledges for financial support. But nowadays, a lot of people click on their website and follow those instructions, or they do an e-transfer, and some still write a monthly check paying their church bill along with all the others. But passing the offering plate was never just a practical idea. It has always been a ritual. Even if your pledge is paid up, it is worthwhile for you to bring even $1 to drop onto the plate as a ritual reminder of the form of love that we call generosity. Let it be a reminder that after meeting our obligations to ourselves and our households and our communities to which we belong, we are committed and are committed to, we must still keep up our capacity to give. The practice of giving until it is second nature and first response helps bring forth the realm of love. The offering will now be taken and gratefully received.
There was a child named Bernadette. I heard the story long ago. She saw the Queen of Heaven once and kept the vision in her soul. No one believed what she had seen. No one believed what she heard, that there are sorrows to be healed, and mercy, mercy in this world. And so many hearts I find broke like yours and mine, torn by what we've done and can't undo. Well, I just wanna hold you. Won't you let me hold you? Like Bernadette would do. We've been around, we fall, we fly. We mostly fall, we mostly run. And every now and then we try to mend the damage that we've done. Tonight, I just can't rest. I've got the joy inside my breast to think that I did not forget that child called Bernadette. So many hearts I find, hearts like yours and mine, torn by what we've done and can't undo. Well, I just wanna hold you. Won't you let me hold you? Like Bernadette would do.
One of my favorite songs. It's just beautiful. Thank you. Your gifts and support of our ministries to one another and to the community are appreciated. Thank you very much.
Every year in spring, we pause and take time to offer gratitude for the gifts of service in our community. There are a multitude of ways that generosity, kindness, and care show up in our community as a congregation and as a faith. It is how we put our faith into action. Not only do we sustain our congregation by putting our faith into action with acts of service, we take our commitments and our time out into the wider world as we are involved and engaged with transformative acts of justice with our community partners. Gratitude is a spiritual practice. It's an invitation to acknowledge the beautiful and marvelous ways we're connected in a web of majestic relationships, in good times and in struggle times, offering a place where we are affirmed, appreciated, and loved. When we can feel gratitude for our lives, we can tap into a well of joy, as Brother David Steindl Rast puts it. The root of joy is gratefulness, and joy is a spirit of revolution, a spirit that nourishes community. So, in that spirit of gratitude and joy, let us acknowledge and be grateful for the gifts of service among us. This year, we are recognizing 3 people who have served in significant ways throughout the pandemic and are now taking leave of their posts. And we are happy for them. We celebrate these transitions. Elizabeth Beckett. Elizabeth is leaving her role as our rental coordinator at the end of June, which is fast approaching. Yes. Elizabeth. Too fast, somebody said. Elizabeth, thank you for your dedication and welcoming so many people into our space with warmth and kindness. I know you have had a wonderful, wonderful presence in our building throughout the week, welcoming people to our space and actually inviting people to experience Unitarian Universalism. Thank you. We are so grateful. I have a gift for you, so. What did you hope it's not a kitten?
A key to the building.
Oh, key to the building.
That makes me backup opener. Thank you so much. I'll drop them inside.
Leslie Brunskill. Is Leslie here today? She might be outside. Leslie is leaving our board after supporting our board for the last few years. Leslie was essential in supporting the board with alignment of goals, objectives, and strategic direction. It was incredible to watch Leslie in action, and I know our board has been made better by her gifts and talents. Leslie, we are grateful for you. Catherine Schuler. Catherine, I know can't be with us today. She knows I'm going to say these words, though. Catherine has served faithfully, organizing our festivals and 6-minute memoir fundraisers. Catherine has sustained our fundraising through challenging times and was a key member of the team that reimagined Spring Festival. We are so grateful for Catherine's gifts, and we know that Catherine has also been a part of so many parts of the life of the congregation, and I look forward to sharing her gift with her when I see her again. Catherine's in Toronto for Father's Day, so she'll be back next week. And Leslie, I hope to share her gift with her. Earlier this year, we recognized and offered our gratitude to Mary Eve, who served our Canvas team for several years. Mary, we say thank you again for that triumphant effort and for leading us so boldly and bravely through the pandemic times, especially. Extraordinary, extraordinaries. Thank you, Mary. Now we're going to get into some fun parts of this. On the screen behind me, there is, let's see, if we click over to it, maybe I have to look at that. Thank you. Let's practice it. Let's say it together. Thank you. All right, so when you see me do this, we got it. To our finance team, we say, thank you for your wise stewardship of our finances. To visitor and congregational engagement, we say, thank you for your hospitality and ensuring we are welcoming and wonderful community to every person. To our property team, we say, thank you for keeping our property beautiful, functional, and resolving all the big and little issues that pop up all the time, we say, thank you. To the tech team that ensures we are live streaming every Sunday and that our hymns and pictures are queued up and ready to go, we say, thank you. To our strategic action team that keeps us moving into the future, we say, thank you. And to our music ministry and our congregational choir, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your gifts and talents with us, and we say, thank you. To our social justice teams and leaders that inspire and call us powerfully to live our values in the world, we say, thank you. And to our Chalice Circle group leaders that facilitate connection and spiritual growth among us, we say, thank you. To the children and youth religious exploration team and leaders and the many, many volunteers who have supported our programs throughout the year, we say, thank you. To the Canvas and festival teams and volunteers who nurture generosity among us this year, we say, thank you. To our worship team, service leaders, worship associates, Sunday morning ushers and greeters, we say, thank you. To the garden team that beautifies our property and offers a ministry to the earth, we say, thank you. To our board of directors who lead and guide the congregation, we say, thank you. To our extraordinary communications team, we say, thank for you. All you do, going above and beyond in so many ways. To our cashiers who attend to our giving, we say, to our nominating committee, we say, thank you. For your diligence and hard work. To our library and archive team that attends to our learning spaces and archiving our congregational history, we say, thank you. To our Zoomers and Boomers and book group facilitators, we say, thank you. For keeping our community joyously engaged and connected. To our building caring community leaders and every single person who helped with refreshment hour because it's so important, we say, thank you. Whew. That's a lot of gratitude. Thank you, Walter. Thank you. But wait, there's more. A final shout out to the transition team that continues to support transitional ministry. You've been a phenomenal support to me. I thank you and we thank you. We say, thank you. And we cannot forget the wonderful, devoted, skilled, and wise staff of this congregation. Our religious educator, Tim Versteeg, our director of music ministries, Rachel Derry, our support services manager, Chris McCoy, choir directors, Cindy Carey, our bookkeeper, John Adams, we say, thank you. Whew. I think we're near the end. Except, let us turn to each other and remind each other that we are grateful for you here, to each other, to this beloved community. We say, and let's make it big, thank you. Let us keep remembering that the root of joy is gratefulness as we journey into the summer months. May the days ahead be full of gratitude for the blessings that meet us at every moment, the gifts of our lives. And it is the best transition, because now I get to offer my gratitude and some notes of appreciation as we install Beverly Horton as our lay chaplain, joining our team of lay chaplains. Beverly, would you like to join me for? I would. I know you've been preparing for this day. taking classes and quizzes, attending the lay chaplain meetings, learning about the design of rites of passages and the ministry of presence called for in this work. I am delighted that you have said yes to lay chaplaincy, not just as it will impact the lives of those you co-create weddings, dedications, and celebrations of life with, but I am excited for the ways in which this work will change you. Deepen your Unitarian Universalist faith and teach you more about the richness and complexities of life. In our conversations, you named a verse from Micah, a verse that grounds you in your history, a verse that was close to your family and especially your mom, a verse that tells the story of your personal faith journey and your call to justice and service in the world. Micah 6:8. He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God? This passage attributed to the prophet Micah emerges out of a moment in which the nation of Israel is in crisis, and there is a concern that God has abandoned Israel as social disintegration has taken over. The question that Micah casts up in a litany of exhaustion and fear is a familiar one. What must I offer to relieve the suffering, to end this struggle? And God responds succinctly with a lesson in the form of a question. We might imagine a perplexed God at this point, reciting the teaching in a way that assumes that Micah already knows the answer. And what does the Lord require of you but to do justice, love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God? Beverly, we witness your commitment to love, justice, kindness, and humility in your life and in your call to serve this congregation as a lay chaplain. I notice you inviting this ministry into your life as an opportunity to grow spiritually and deepen your commitment to Unitarian Universalism, bringing your transformative love to your journey. And I'm reminded that there is an amended line in this passage from Micah, one that is not typically read, and it is this: and your name will achieve wisdom. This journey of lay chaplaincy is sure to bring you wisdom as you present yourself to those you serve with love, justice, kindness, and humility. Beverly, today is a special day to welcome you into this great act of service among us.
Shall I do my stole story? So the stole that's going to be presented shortly has a long life. It was only made a couple months ago by Reverend Victoria, but it has a longer story. So this picture is a picture of my mom at the viewing party for Barack Obama's first inauguration. And it was held at Stewart Memorial Church. You actually can see Lila in the background. It was held at Stewart Memorial Church, where my father was the senior minister for 15 years. Stewart Memorial was founded in 1879 and is the oldest historically black church in Hamilton. Father's Day, so I get to honor both my parents. Both of them passed in the last decade. So with the stole, um, okay. So just one more thing I want to say. Reverend Victoria offered to make the stole for me when I started the lay chaplaincy training, and she asked me if there were, was any fabric, any kind of fabric that I wanted for the stole. And so I told her that story. I don't wear dresses. My mom wears dresses. So I took the seams out of the dress, made a long piece of fabric that Reverend Victoria made into the stole. Reverend Jamie, could you turn it inside out? On the other side, Reverend Victoria has put symbols for the great religious traditions that we celebrate as a plural religious tradition.
We have a blessing from Reverend Victoria Ingram, this congregation's settled ministered.
Yeah. What? Kathy, what are you saying?
You moving into lay chaplaincy and welcoming you to this new role in service. Your stole that you received today really represents you, your passion, your legacy, your perspective, and your beauty. And I hope you wear it with pride as an inspiration and a confirmation of your call to this ministry. As a blessing to you, I want to share these words, which are adapted from John O'Donohue's poem, On a New Position. May your new calling excite your heart, kindling in your mind a creativity to journey beyond old limits. May this calling challenge you toward new frontiers that emerge as you begin to approach them, calling forth from you the full force and depth of your undiscovered gifts. May chaplaincy fit the rhythms of your soul, enabling you to draw from new ideas and a vision that inspires. Remember to be kind and to be gentle with those you work with. Endeavor to remain aware of that quiet world that lives behind each face, each joy, each sorrow. Be fair, compassionate, and patient. May you have the grace of encouragement to awaken gifts in another's heart and build confidence and trust. May you come to know that your calling, as it emerges from your mind of love, will have a unique beauty and form. Make this new work worthy of the energy of your heart and the light of your thought. May your calling assume a proper space in your life, not owning you or using you, but challenging and refining you, bringing you each day further into the wonder of your heart. Blessings on you as you go forward, and know that I'll have you in my heart. Bye.
I now invite chaplains among us to come forward. Let us enter into covenant with Beverly Horton. Lay chaplains are representatives of our congregation and faith in the wider community. They are expected to perform rites of passage in a manner that celebrates, ritualizes, and dignifies the most precious and important human occasions. They add spiritual depth to the lives of individuals and communities and affirm the transformative power of love in our world.
The role of lay chaplain is one of outreach and service, bringing our 8 principles to those who may be searching for them without knowing that they exist as part of a faith community. As congregants, it can be our role to take the opportunity to recommend a lay chaplain when someone in our neighborhood or workplace or circle of friends is seeking an officiant for a rite of passage.
The rest of the members of the board that are with me, if you'll read this part with us. We offer our faith and trust in our lay chaplains as the move into the world, providing presence, wisdom, and service grounded in our Unitarian Universalist faith and values. We are proud of you and grateful for your service. Today, we covenant with you to support wholeheartedly on your journey.
I invite the congregation into these words of covenant and affirmation. We pledge to support you in your duties. We will console and love you when you make mistakes and celebrate your successes. We will give you honest and caring feedback. We will respect the contract you have signed and the covenant we share. We will journey with you as you undertake the role of lay chaplain and live our Unitarian Universalist faith into the world.
I hereby commit to this congregation to enter into this work with the intention of serving to the best of my abilities. I also commit, with your support and guidance, to continue to develop my skills as a lay chaplain. I commit to following the Lay Chaplain's Code of Ethics as laid out by the Canadian Association of Unitarian Universalist Chaplains, and to respect the terms of being an ambassador for this congregation as a lay chaplain, and to using my ever-growing knowledge and understanding of Unitarian Universalism to offer meaningful alternatives to people wishing to honor their life changes.
You have covenanted together in a sacred relationship of trust, responsibility, and care. Beverly, may the words of Micah hold you and keep you on your journey. Do justice, love kindness, move humbly with your God, and may your name be known with wisdom. May it be so. Ashe. Blessed be. Lots of feelings. Congratulations. We are ready to sing again. Please rise and body your spirit for our final hymn of the day. It's one we know well. When the Spirit says do, 1024, and the words will appear. Let's get up and move around a little bit.
Do don't hear ya. You got to sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you've got to sing, oh Lord. You've got to sing when the Spirit says sing. 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 You've got to dance when the Spirit says dance. You've got to dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you've got to dance, oh Lord. You've got to dance when the Spirit says dance. 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 You've got to laugh when the Spirit says laugh. You've got to laugh when the Spirit says laugh. When the Spirit says laugh, you've got to laugh, oh Lord. You've got to laugh when the Spirit says laugh. 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 Shout. You've got to shout when the Spirit says shout. Woo! You've got to shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you gotta shout, oh Lord. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. Spirit says shout. Woo! Spirit says shout. I hear it. Spirit says shout. I hear you. Spirit says shout. Spirit says shout. Spirit says shout. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do what the Spirit says do. You've got to do what the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you've got to do, oh Lord. You've got to do what the Spirit says do. 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 Let's bring it home. Spirit says do. Thank you, Marianne.
Go, beloveds, grateful for the gifts of service and commitment that hold us together. Let the days and weeks ahead be a season of rest and renewal for body, mind, and spirit as summer months invite quiet, friendship, and the nourishing warmth of the sun as food for the soul. May your summertime daydreams invite the song of spirit and the poetry of your soul, calling you towards action. May the Spirit say do, and may the Spirit come alive in your life. May it be so, and blessed be. Another great song.
Amen. 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 Everybody now stand. Let's do this together, everyone.
Watch me, watch me. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Let's do it better.
Oh, amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
time now. Amen. 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 Amen.
And everybody is invited to the choir presentation that we have at Sackville Recreation Center on Tuesday, June 20th at 5 o'clock. It's only $5, and it goes towards Sackville Recreation Center.